We discussed ages ago before starting the album that when you're between records, when you're not looking for like loads of inspiration, like what are those albums that we listen to like for pure joy? And that's where kind of the conceptual, philosophical side of Only Left started.
So we spoke a little while back at the event that you guys did at Cambridge HQ about once you release a record, you sort of have to let it go. There's maybe a bit of a feeling of kind of loss there and accepting that it's going to grow into something beyond your control. How do you feel about it now that your record's been out a few days?
We always get quite excited for which songs people are gonna like take on board and love that we've not pushed to them prior, like the singles, and that's getting some tear-jerking reactions, which is mad.
I think obviously it helps the fact that we're sort of launching the record alongside this In Stores tour where we've sort of rearranged the songs and stripped them back to replicate a bit more of their original form when we were writing them, but the side of the record that's really shining through to people is the side where we kind of went to this Greek island and like stripped it back and kind of wrote it there, and that's the side that a lot of people seem to be resonating with at the moment, which is nice.
Sort of this thread of the beauty of sadness kind of running through the record. You know, is that melancholy sort of feeling something that you actively wanted to explore with the record, or was it sort of a natural kind of progression?
While we were writing this record, like there was a lot of like huge life thing, like we lost a dear friend of ours.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, during the writing. I was in active addiction and then recovery during the writing. I think a lot of these things just come to the surface. There's a lot of like heavy subject matter that was going on.
Yeah, so a bit of melancholy is to be expected,
like,
really, isn't it?
I feel like we've gone full circle where we were like, let's escape it, and now we're like, let's try and get as close to the expression as possible.
Yeah, I was going to say, does it sort of reflect the current sort of like the current climate, you know, that we're kind of seeing in the world? Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's we're in a very precarious position, a lot of us, I think, right now, and the world's pretty strange at the moment. So, you know, I was going to say whether it's more personal or whether it does draw on a kind of a more universal feeling, but probably both from what it sounds
I think there's tracks like Embers, where I kind of wrote the lyrics as though you were like an ember kind of emerging from a fire and like a flame travelling and like landing on like a new world, which is quite hopeful but also like quite apocalyptic in a way. And I think, yeah, at the time when I was writing that, I was thinking of like wars going on and like the craziness of the world right now, and just imagining being an inanimate object or thing that kind of floats above that and sees the world for what it is. Yeah.
Wow.
That's deep. Yeah. So you guys have come here today to chat about a few records that you've picked for us. So why don't you stick your hand in the bag?
Can I pull out the specific?
Yeah, that's fine. Absolutely. There you go. Cool. So we've got Gang of Four Entertainment.
Yeah, Gang of Four Entertainment. It's like a masterclass in how a band of rudimentary elements can make amazing music. The way the drums and bass relate to each other, and then Andy Gill's like really aggressive but melodic guitar style. And he just does discordance so well, like chaos, which I buzz off, so that's mine.
Nice.
Wicked. Let's go on to album number 2. Perfect. So we've got Yankee Hotel Foxtrot by Wilco.
For me, this record it was massively inspirational drums wise for the new album Without Us, because Glenn Coachy kind of toys with like a lot of kind of like electronic elements, but then like really cool percussive elements on top, and kind of does quite often like 2 different drum takes as well, which like battle with one another. Yeah, just full of absolute bangers, to be fair. This Heavy Metal Drummer is probably like a particular favourite.
Like, wasn't it due to be released
on
9/11?
9/11? Yeah.
Oh shit!
like,
I did not know that.
All of the lyrics are as though like Jeff Tweedy like really foresaw the event, or like not necessarily that specific event, but like when an artist is so in tune with the world around them and they like kind of regurgitate that through their music, that it can kind of feel like prophecy. But that
look at the album art, to be fair.
I'd add that in slightly prophetic, isn't it?
There was something about it was like dropped by the label, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like this record, and then they found a new label to release it, so it's kind of their entry into like being a little bit more experimental in their sound.
Love it. Yeah, great choice. Last but not least, we have one more record. If you would like to do the honours.
Thank you. The Eternal by Sonic Youth. Songs like Antenna. I remember we discussed a lot at the start of writing Only You Left that we wanted to create these songs that kind of feel like you travel, and then by the time you reach the end, the repetition has kind of a different meaning because of like a major to minor kind of thing, or yeah, basically you reach the end and it's like this has got new meaning now, and I think Antenna kind of does that perfectly. Also Massage the History, definitely one of my favourite Kim Gordon vocal deliveries. It's full of dread in the best possible way.
Awesome choice. Yeah, I think you've got a really nice 3 records here, which I can really see kind of speak to how you create music and how you've been influenced on, but this record, but also your last one as well.
I nearly even picked up like Velvet Underground. And
yeah.
Just because it's like going right back to the, when you were 12, being like, whoa.
Yeah, sometimes it's those records that you picked up when you were, 12, 13 years old, when you didn't really have a music taste yet to speak of, that really just hit home so hard, man.
This off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bands like Sonic Youth and Wilco, where they have such as like rich journey that you can like travel through from start to finish through each of their records and really like trace their steps.
Yeah, we think that's a key marker of a good band, is like you can listen to an album and place it within like maybe a 5-year period of what there is, because of how much evolution they've had. It's super interesting to like track.
Well, thanks so much for chatting about these records, and enjoy them, add them to your collection.
Thanks a lot.
And thanks for coming in.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Nice one.